I've got a set of drawer boxes to make, and I'm going to use a joinery method that's super strong and surprisingly simple. This method uses a locking rabbet joint, and you can use the same saw setting for all 5 pieces of the drawer box: the front, the back, the sides, the bottom, and it works for any drawer box size. With this method, there's a rabbet cut on the front and back panels and a dado cut on the side panels, and these fit together to create a lock joint that just isn't going to come apart. To get started, I'll run some pieces through and show how to make the cuts, and then I'll come back and show how I set up the saw. I start by cutting all of the panels for all of the drawers at the same time. The side panels are exactly the same size as the final drawer depth and height dimensions. The front and back panels are cut a ½ inch shorter than the final drawer width because they fit inside of the dado cuts on the side panels. And the bottom panel is ½ inch smaller in both directions. I'm using ½ inch birch plywood, and this is the cabinet grade stuff that is actually exactly ½ inch thick. But you can use this method of making drawers for any thickness of wood. Just some of the cut dimensions may vary. I'll touch on this a bit more detail here in a minute. Okay, I'm going to start with the side panels. They're the easiest. They have 3 dado cuts all on the same side. I first cut the dados on each end and then the one along the long edge. I have this dado setup that doesn't change. It's exactly the same saw settings for all cuts on all panels. Using push blocks helps. You've got to make sure that the workpiece is in contact with the table saw top all the way in order to get a consistent depth of cut, or else the bottom panel just isn't going to fit all the way in. So now I'm cutting the front and back pieces, which get a dado cut along the long edge, but not on the ends. And at this point, I've cut all the dados. Next is to cut the rabbet joints. I'm going to put on this featherboard. It's not really needed if you have a steady hand, but it makes it easier and a lot less stressful, so I like it. These are the front and back pieces, and it's a little easy to get confused here, so just be careful to cut the rabbet joints on the opposite side of where the dado is cut along the long edge. Again, I'm still using the same saw setting as when I cut the dados earlier. Nothing's changed. And finally, to cut the bottom pieces, there needs to be a rabbet cut on all 4 edges and on the same side. You could use just a piece of 1/4 inch plywood for the bottom and skip these cuts, but I really prefer a ½ inch bottom on the drawers. I just like the extra strength it gives. At this point, I've just cut the pieces for one drawer and I want to do a test fit. All the pieces fit pretty tight, but I really don't have to force them together, so it's just perfect. I've got 8 drawers to make, so I'm just going to batch through all the remaining pieces. And before long, I'm ready to glue them up. I'm using a clamp just briefly to make sure everything is snug and I can get some brad nails in, which will hold it until the glue dries. These drawer boxes are awesome. Really tight joints, solid, strong, and square, and I'm stoked. The setup of the saw is the most critical part for this whole approach to drawer boxes, so let's take a step back and go over that now. There are 3 important settings. The first is the width of the dado stack, which needs to be exactly 1/4 of an inch. The 2 outside blades of the dado stack are nominally 1/8 inch each, so you might think it's just good enough to put these 2 together, but it isn't. At least on my dado stack, they produce slightly less than 1/4 of an inch, and you need to add a couple of these shims that come with the set. It takes me a couple of attempts to get the proper shim combination, just using some digital calipers to verify my test cut. Next is to set the height of the blade, which also needs to be exactly 1/4 of an inch. I have these spacer blocks that honestly I don't use very often, but it helps me get it pretty close to 1/4 of an inch. And then I still do some test cuts and check it with the digital calipers to iteratively get the exact proper depth. The last critical setting is the distance from the fence, which needs to be, you guessed it, 1/4 of an inch. Starting with the spacer block to get it close, and then again doing some test cuts to dial in the exact setting. So I mentioned earlier that this method works for any thickness of plywood, and I'm using some cabinet grade Baltic birch that is exactly 1/2 inch thick. So all three of the saw settings are half of that, which is 1/4 of an inch. However, if you got some cheaper stuff like at Home Depot that's 12 millimeters thick, it's slightly less than 1/2 an inch, then you need to set all three of these settings to 6 millimeters. Or if you were making drawers from 3/4 inch plywood, then you'd set all three of these saw settings to 3/8 of an inch. Okay, now with all 8 drawer boxes assembled, and just real quick before I finish up the video, I'll extend the topic a bit and show a few tricks on how I mount the drawer glides and attach the drawer fronts to get a perfectly aligned bank of drawers. I've tried several different brands of these low budget soft close drawer glides and have landed on these particular ones that I like. They're affordable, look good, and operate really smoothly. I'll leave a link in the description for these if you're interested. After mounting the bottom drawer glide sitting flat on the bottom of the cabinet, then I use a spacer block that I cut to properly space each successive drawer glide, working my way up the cabinet. My bottom 2 drawers are a bit taller than the top drawer, so I have a couple of different size spacers. Before mounting the drawer fronts, I first drill the holes for the handle. This jig is awesome to get the holes in the perfect location. Starting with the bottom drawer level and flush with the bottom of the adjacent cabinet door, then I put some temporary screws in through the handle holes just to hold it in place for now. For the remaining drawers, I'm using a deck of playing cards as spacers. I adjust the number of cards needed, and I make sure that the count of the cards is the same in each space up the stack. When the whole stack of drawers is perfectly aligned, then I just put in these temporary screws to hold it in place. Unfortunately, I didn't get the next step captured on film, but I opened each drawer box and from the inside put permanent screws to hold the drawer box to the drawer front. And then I can remove the temporary screws that I put in through the drawer handle holes, and then put the drawer handles on. And the result is a couple of really nice drawer banks, which is the very first cabinet in my new shop, and many more to come.